Isekai anime and by extension video games have exploded in popularity in recent years. There's just something about leaving your boring everyday life and being transported into a fantasy world filled with incredibly attractive husbandos and waifus that make you feel increasingly inadequate about yourself that appeals to people. Cue Mio and Eugene's entrance, two average people that exist in the real world that have been summoned to the world of Skyna by Destina, the princess of Skyna, in an effort to utilize our extensive pool of knowledge, of strategy, of warfare, and video games to save Skyna from chaos. Yeah, I bet you never thought your history of playing video games would ever come in handy for anything. Grand Cross Age of Titans is a brand new strategy simulation MMORTS that I have been following recently that actually just entered early access. So when the devs reached out to me and asked if I wanted to take a sponsored look at the game, I jumped at the opportunity. I love getting to play new games, especially MMOs and strategy games. The fact that this is an amalgamation of the two genres is icing on the cake for me. With this in mind, if you're interested in participating in the early access, I urge you to go ahead and click that link in the description and the pinned comment below. You're not going to want to miss this. Grand Cross Age of Titans utilizes 2D anime style character illustrations, and the characters are absolutely beautiful. Arthur, Bella, Biam, Claudia, Destina, Alicia, Eugene, Haimosu, Inari, Ivan, Janet, Kyla, Mio, Numa, Roxana, Sekhmet, and Valkyrie as examples. Alicia, Kyla, Numa, Sekhmet, and Valkyrie all being characters that I would totally not be against having as a main part of my assault force, nor would I suspect any of you would argue against having them accompany you either. Characters fill a variety of different archetypes, with different heroes excelling in different areas. Each hero will have their own distinct personality and characteristics, while possessing their own skills, abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. Formulating an impenetrable, unstoppable offensive or defensive force is highly dependent on the different units you deploy, how they synergize with one another, allowing for a variety of different combinations and compositions. And while heroes themselves are integral to the game and have a substantial effect on the flow of battle, much like real life, the individual troops are equally as important. Grand Cross Age of Titans has a variety of different types of troops to choose from, including but not limited to the archer, infantry, cavalry, and beyond base troops the bomber, an aerial unit that allows you to attack over walls and mountains, catapults for siege battles. Yeah, siege battles. Speaking of, there are a number of different game modes that are present in game. On the one hand, the purpose of this game is to progress through the story, to expand your territory, to increase your power. But there are numerous other ways of tackling progression. You can create or join an alliance, you can participate in large-scale server wars. There are both PvE and PvP battles. PvE content is typically single player, allowing players to participate in battles against non-player enemies that continue to gradually increase not only in level and power, but also in difficulty as you continue to clear them, incentivizing you to plan out ahead of battle as to not find yourself overwhelmed. While exploring the world, you'll find various different objects to interact with and resources to collect. You're also capable of producing said items within your territory. However, navigating outside the safety of your territory will result in a faster acquisition, meaning that you need to weigh the pros and the cons. You'll be able to engage enemy monsters and fortresses and be rewarded for your efforts. You can work with other members of your alliance to capture and expand your territory, reinforcing the need to work with other people, which is never bad. Your territory is a place that you can personalize and customize to your liking. You can build certain types of buildings: military, resource, and decorative. Resource buildings include farms, logging camps, the mine, gold mine, and provide a means with which to acquire necessary materials and resources while remaining safe in your own territory. You can design your territory in any way you want. Admittedly, some of the designs that I've seen are actually pretty sick. Seriously, people are really creative. I'm not one of those people. The game utilizes a beautiful webtoon style of storytelling with hundreds of cuts and full voice acting, bringing the extensive cast of male and female characters to life. Honestly, from what I've seen, Grand Cross Age of Titans has quite a deep story with strong characters comparatively to traditional strategy games, and I've played quite a few of them. Now, we've covered the PvE, but what about the PvP aspect of the game? There are various types of PvP present in game, and I'm going to touch on two specifically. First, let's talk Castle Wars. Castle Wars exist and function like multi-phase raids in traditional RPGs, with players working in unison with the goal of becoming the ruler of the kingdom. Castle Wars are a dual-layered battle that utilizes terrain and gates to not only defend, but also attack castles. Land units will move across the map with the aid of aerial units and titans, which I'll touch on in just a moment. There will be a number of powerful enemies present in the battle that act as variables to add tension to the battlefield. The leader of the alliance that captures the royal castle will become the ruler of the kingdom, enjoying various benefits that stretch out to all members of his or her alliance. Then we have server versus server wars, which allow for powerful alliances to ally with one another and fight other servers to assert total, complete, and utter dominance, proving which server is superior. Titans are an additive to gameplay and a core part of the game overall. While there are base troops, which I touched on earlier, and each type of troop can be upgraded, becoming more powerful units, Titans are the final troop type, the most powerful special force available to players. Each Titan possesses their own medical skills and characteristics, which are capable of completely altering the course of the battle. You essentially throw this monolithic giant monstrosity onto the battlefield that has powerful additives to troops like solid defensive for infantry units and boost to long-range damage for archers. Honestly, the depth of customization, preparation, and utility of heroes, troops, and Titans makes for quite the number of ways to individually tackle situations. Grand Cross Age of Titans is definitely a grandiose game with a lot of incredible ideas. Seeing the beautiful characters rendered in-game, formulating strategies to overcome PvE or PvP encounters is likely to be a lot of fun for someone like me who devotes a lot of his free time to playing strategy games these days. Working through an isekai story, two students thrust into a world-ending war for survival, instead of your typical guy is thrown into a fantasy world with a bunch of really hot waifus, is a very nice change of pace. It's refreshing to see both male and female characters available, and to pursue a story surrounding it, including a duo of protagonists. Exploring the world, slowly unlocking more of it as you push back the chaos and progress with the story, upgrading your territory and fighting for supremacy over other players are all features that I genuinely think could be really, really fun. And given this game is launching fully cross-platform between PC and mobile devices, the reach and potential to garner an audience is significantly larger, not to mention being able to play this anywhere, at any time, is a bonus. Now, I do plan on doing a follow-up video to this where I delve much deeper into the complexity of the game and its features, going into extensive detail, showcasing in real time everything that I discussed today. This all looks highly appealing to me, and I'm genuinely looking forward to trying it out and subsequently covering it over the course of the next few months. With a release date confirmed for August 2023, the game is right around the corner. Again, Grand Cross Age of Titans is currently in early access, meaning you can jump into the game right now and test it for yourself, which I totally urge you to do if you're a fan of MMORTS or strategy games in general, preferably by clicking my link in the description of the pinned comment, or, wait for my next follow-up video. Either works.